Imagine you are standing in front of a giant whiteboard, and I just draw a massive, clunky metal machine on it. Every few months, a little door opens at the bottom of this machine, and it literally spits out a crisp dollar bill right into your hand. That is exactly how most people picture dividend investing. It feels like absolute magic, just free money appearing out of nowhere for doing absolutely nothing. But the truth is, there is a massive behavioral trap hidden inside that machine. Millions of investors fall for it, and it actually destroys their wealth without them even realizing it. I am going to show you exactly how that trap works in a few minutes. But first, you have to understand what is actually happening inside the machine when that dollar pops out. So let us draw a simpler picture on the board, like a little neighborhood bakery. Imagine you buy a 10% ownership stake in this bakery. You are not baking the bread, you are not working the cash register. You just provided some of the money to get it running. Now, at the end of the year, the bakery makes $100,000 in pure profit. The managers of that bakery have a choice. They can use that cash to buy new ovens, or open a second location, or they can take a chunk of that cash and hand it back to the owners. If they decide to distribute $50,000 to the owners, your 10% slice means you get a check for $5,000. That check is a dividend. But here's the thing, not every company decides to pay you. The decision is made by the board of directors, which is a group of people sitting around a big table who represent the shareholders. They sit down and look at the profits and ask themselves, do we have better uses for this cash right now? If you are a young, aggressive tech company, you probably want to keep every single penny to hire more engineers and build new software. You want growth. But if you are a massive, slow-moving company selling toothpaste or soda, you already dominate the market. You do not need to build 10 new factories. So it makes much more sense to just give that extra cash back to the investors. Right now, you might be thinking, this sounds like the perfect way to build passive income. But the landscape today is pretty tough. As of July 2026, the S&P 500 dividend yield is sitting right around 1.1%. Just picture a tiny, almost invisible sliver on a pie chart. That is historically low, way below the long-term average. It means if you put $100,000 into an index fund tracking the top 500 US companies, you're only getting about $1,100 a year in cash distributed to you. Because the market is so expensive and yields are so tiny, people are desperately hunting for higher payouts. And that desperation leads directly into the trap I mentioned earlier. Let me introduce you to something behavioral scientists call the free dividend fallacy. A few years ago, researchers named Hartzmark and Solomon published a massive study on how investors mentally process dividends. They found that people naturally put their investment gains into two completely different mental buckets. In one bucket, you have the stock price going up, which feels like paper money. It feels unpredictable and risky. In the second bucket, you have the cash dividends, which feels like real, tangible income that you can hold in your hand. So investors start treating that dividend bucket as if it is free money being generated completely independent of the stock price. But that is scientifically and mathematically false. To really see why it is false, I want you to picture a bucket of water on our whiteboard. Let us say this bucket represents a single share of a company, and it is filled with exactly $100 of value. Now, the company decides to pay a $3 dividend. On the exact day that dividend is scheduled to be paid, which is called the ex-dividend date, the company literally scoops $3 of cash out of their corporate bank account and hands it to you. The company is now worth less money because they have less cash on hand. So on that morning, the stock price automatically drops by exactly $3. Your bucket now holds $97, and you have $3 in your pocket. You did not get free money, you just moved your own money from one pocket to another. The truth is, when you ignore that automatic price drop, you are falling for the fallacy. The researchers showed that people will happily hold on to a stock that has lost money overall, just because it pays a high dividend. They look at the cash hitting their account and they feel safe, completely ignoring that the underlying bucket is leaking faster than it is being filled. This mental accounting bias is so deeply wired into our brains because human beings love certain tangible rewards. We would rather hold a physical dollar bill today than have $1.10 trapped in a stock price that might crash tomorrow. But if you want to be a smart investor, you have to look at the total return, which is the capital gains plus the dividends combined. So if dividends are not free money, why do we even care about them? Why do so many successful investors obsess over them? The answer comes down to a snowball effect called the DRIP. DRIP stands for Dividend Reinvestment Plan. I want you to draw a snowball at the top of a snowy hill on our whiteboard. When you get that $3 dividend we talked about, you do not spend it on coffee. Instead, you automatically use it to buy tiny fractional slices of more shares in that same company. Now you own a little bit more of the company than you did yesterday. So the next time they pay a dividend, your payout is based on a larger number of shares. This means your next dividend check is going to be slightly bigger. And what do you do with that bigger check? You buy even more shares. The snowball rolls down the hill, getting wider and wider, picking up more snow with every single rotation. Over 10 or 20 or 30 years, this compounding effect is absolutely staggering. You are accumulating assets at an accelerating rate without ever putting fresh money from your paycheck into the account. The math just does the heavy lifting for you. It is a slow, boring process, but it is incredibly powerful if you just leave the machine alone and let it run in the background. Now, you might be tempted to just go out and find the companies paying the biggest dividends possible to make your snowball grow faster. If a stock is paying an 8 or 9% yield, that sounds amazing, right? But I have to warn you, that is usually a massive red flag. We call it a yield trap. Think of it like a piece of cheese sitting on a mousetrap. The yield looks incredibly high, mostly because the stock price has recently plummeted. Remember our bucket analogy. Yield is calculated by dividing the annual dividend by the current stock price. If the business is failing and the stock price collapses by half, the dividend yield artificially doubles on paper, making it look like a great deal to amateur investors. But what usually happens next is the company realizes they are running out of money and they panic, so they slash the dividend. We see this happen all the time in the real world. Just in July 2026, a major food company called Conagra Brands shocked the market and cut their dividend by 50%. In the automotive sector, where making cars requires mountains of cash, big European players like Stellantis and Volkswagen also had to cut their payouts recently to save money. When a company cuts its dividend, two terrible things happen to you at the same time. First, your passive income drops instantly. Second, all the other investors panic and sell the stock, which makes the share price crash even further. You lose on both ends. So, how do you protect yourself from stepping into a yield trap? You need to look at a metric called the payout ratio. Let us go back to our bakery drawing. If the bakery makes $100,000 in profit and pays out $50,000 in dividends, their payout ratio is 50%. That is a very healthy number. It means they still have plenty of cash left over to fix a broken oven or survive a bad month where nobody buys bread. But if you see a company paying out 95% of their profits just to keep the dividend high, that is like a car driving on empty. The second they hit a bump in the road or profits drop even slightly, they will not have enough cash to pay you, and the cut is inevitable. Personally, I think the sweetest spot in dividend investing is finding companies that have a long, proven history of slowly increasing their payouts year after year. There's actually a special club for these companies called the Dividend Aristocrats. To get into this club, a company must be in the S&P 500 and they must have increased their dividend payout every single year for at least 25 consecutive years. Just think about how hard that is. In 2026, there are exactly 69 companies that qualify as aristocrats. They had to keep raising their dividends through the dot-com crash, the 2008 financial crisis, the pandemic, and inflation spikes. That kind of streak proves the company has an incredibly resilient business model. But there is an even more elite group sitting above the aristocrats. They are called the Dividend Kings. I like to picture a shiny gold crown on the whiteboard for these guys. To be a dividend king, a company has to increase its dividend every single year for 50 straight years. Half a century of unbroken, growing payments. In 2026, there are only 57 companies that hold this title. These are usually boring, everyday businesses selling things like toothpaste, bandages, tools, and soda. They are not flashy tech startups, but they generate predictable mountains of cash. When you buy a Dividend King, you are buying the ultimate sleep well at night stock, because their entire corporate culture is built around protecting that legendary dividend streak at all costs. So even though we know from behavioral finance that dividends are not truly free money, they still have an incredibly powerful psychological benefit. Investing is mostly a mental game. When the stock market crashes and your portfolio is painted in red, it is terrifying. Your brain screams at you to sell everything and run away. But if you own strong dividend paying companies, you can look at your account and see real cash still flowing in every single quarter. That cash acts like an emotional anchor. It proves the companies are still alive and making profits. It stops you from panic selling at the bottom, which is the single biggest mistake an investor can make. In a weird way, the illusion of the dividend is what actually keeps you disciplined. You build wealth not by trying to outsmart the market with complicated math, but by buying slices of great businesses, letting the cash flow reinvest itself, and letting time do the heavy lifting while you go live your life.